this month is nearly over, Rob.
It's gone quickly, yes.
All right, and it's this week's edition of Deals Revealed, the top restaurant news, sales, listings, and franchise opportunities from We Sell Restaurants, the nation's largest restaurant brokerage firm. I'm Robin Gagnon.
And I'm Rob Morrison, and we're bringing you the biggest news of the week. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or even join our brand as a franchisee, this is the place to be.
It is. We're covering restaurant news, sales, new listings, insider tips on what's moving in the market. Drop your questions in the comments and we will answer them live.
And if you're watching live, please say hello. Let us know where you're tuning in from. And if you're catching the replay, type replay so we know that you stopped by.
All right, let's dive in. You ready?
Yes, indeed.
What's happening in the restaurant marketplace? Here are the top insights of the week. You ready to go?
One of the more interesting promotions, Robin, that we are watching right now is the year-long celebration built around collectible cups and surprise rewards.
So interesting. As part of this, the guests receive classic collectible cups, and a small number of those include a golden reward. What was that? Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory?
Yes,
Is
the
this
golden
the same
ticket.
thing? The golden ticket. You get a golden reward that unlocks free Chick-fil-A for a year.
That, a lot of people will be interested in that. It's a simple mechanic changes, and it's changing guest behavior as well. People checking their cups, comparing designs, talking about it with friends, and of course, sharing it online.
You know what makes this stand out? It's the excitement, right? It's the anticipation, not discounts. The ordering process is the same, but the experience, it's playful, it's engaging.
And from a business perspective, it builds emotional loyalty without cutting prices, encourages repeat visits, and organic word of mouth while protecting margins.
I love it. For buyers, it's a year-long celebration that signals thoughtful planning and long-term engagement rather than a short-term limited price offer payoff promotion.
All right. How about this? Another insight for you today. We're seeing how restaurants are using receipts as part of the guest experience, not just a transaction record. Instead of plain receipts, some brands are adding humor, gratitude, or short messages that gets actually read after the meal.
I wonder how the IRS likes those. Guests are posting these receipts online because the message made them smile or feel noticed, which extends the experience beyond the table.
That's funny. This is a low-cost way to keep the brand conversation going after the visit is over.
And from a buyer's perspective, it shows attention to detail and a focus on guest engagement without adding a penny of labor or any operational upgrades.
That's right. So another one we're seeing, guests judging restaurants less by perfection, more by how smoothly everything moves along, from ordering to payment to pickup. Speed is shaping how brands are remembered, again, long after the meal is over.
And it's not about rushing the guest out the door, Rob. It's about removing friction, clear signage, intuitive ordering paths, fast problem resolution. That's what creates confidence and reduces hesitation.
When that service flows well, staff feel more in control and guests feel more respected. That combination drives repeat visits and positive word of mouth without any additional marketing spend.
You gotta love that from a numbers perspective. And operationally, speed reflects preparation. Well-trained teams, clear processes, smart layouts. These are the things that allow a business to perform consistently, even during peak periods.
And for buyers, speed is a signal of maturity. Restaurants that operate efficiently tend to transition ownership more smoothly because systems are already working without constant owner intervention.
Okay, so that takeaway, super simple. When a restaurant values time, guests notice, staff perform better, and buyers see a business that's easier to understand, operate, and grow.
All right. And from there, why don't we talk about some of the new top listings that we have for you this week. We're going to go to Georgia and Florida and Indiana. Each opportunity here is built on support and a different ownership strategy, from first-time buyers to experienced operators looking for stability and growth.
But there's a connection point, right? For these listings, it's flexibility. So it's opportunities that are designed to meet buyers where they are, whether they are launching their first restaurant, expanding a portfolio, or acquiring a proven operation with documented performance. Each business has a clear path forward, with systems and infrastructure already in place.
All right, so our first feature is listing 34112. It's in Bremen, Georgia, and it's represented by Paul Rogers, a turnkey restaurant listed at $110,000, offering an affordable entry into ownership with a second generation build out already in place. Space includes a small hood system and a walk-in cooler, allowing for a wide range of food concepts and service styles. It's an excellent opportunity for a buyer looking to enter the market quickly while keeping startup costs controlled. With the core infrastructure complete, a new owner can focus on refining the menu, building a brand, and opening efficiently without the delays, permitting challenges, or capital risk associated with a ground-up build.
Love that. So next, listing 34252 in Naples, Florida, represented by Dave Whitcomb. It's an ice cream business listed at $349,000, strong cash flow, proven profitability. I love this because it's located in a desirable market with steady foot traffic and foot traffic, same difference. The business benefits from a simple operating model, loyal repeat customers, and strong margins. It's easy to manage and scalable, making it well suited for an owner-operator, lifestyle buyer, or family operation. With consistent demand and an established presence, this opportunity offers reliable performance in a high-demand market. Naples, whoo, it's hot. I can see where ice cream would work. While you've got a manageable day-to-day operation.
Sounds good. The final feature listing this week, 34467. It's in Indianapolis, Indiana, and it's represented by Eric and Bobby Irwin, a profitable bakery listed at $520,000, qualifies for SBA financing with as little as 15% down for qualified buyers. The business shows documented financial performance and operates with established systems and a trained team already in place. With a lender-friendly structure and predictable operations, this opportunity is ideal for buyers seeking stability and long-term potential. The combination of proven results, operational consistency, and financing flexibility makes it a strong option for buyers focused on scalability and sustainable ownership.
Sounds great. 3 unbelievable options. So if any of these new listings caught your eye, you can visit our website, type the listing number into the search bar, and request full details. Our certified restaurant brokers are ready to walk you through the next step, share financials, and help you evaluate which opportunity aligns best with your experience, timeline, and ownership goals.
All right. Let's go back to some insights this week, specifically for sellers, something sellers often underestimate in today's market. Buyers not just buying your results, they're buying how predictable your business feels based on the patterns behind those results and how confidently you can explain them.
So this comes directly from an article written recently, 3-part article, The Truth About Selling a Restaurant in 2025. What We Sell Restaurants learned from hundreds of deals. See part 1, 2, and from this one, part 3, because we reviewed hundreds of transactions, Rob, and one theme showed up again and again. Consistency creates confidence. Confidence moves deals forward.
Restaurants with steady sales trends, repeatable staffing schedules, and documented systems consistently moved through diligence faster, even when the margins weren't perfect. Buyers understand how the businesses worked and where improvements could be made.
Sellers, they could also clearly explain seasonality, staffing decisions, vendor changes, short-term dips. All that reduced friction before conversations ever started approaching pricing. When the story behind the numbers is clear, buyers are focused on opportunity instead of risk.
There you go. We also saw this play out in one of the biggest surprises of the year. Many sellers assuming ghost kitchens and virtual brands would add value going into a sale. In reality, most standalone delivery-only concepts seem to struggle to attract buyers.
Such an interesting conclusion, because what we found is without that physical presence, local walk-in customers, control over third-party platforms, buyers see these as unpredictable. The few that did sell, they were attached to existing brick and mortar, and they used excess kitchen capacity to strengthen something that's already proven and loved in that marketplace.
That makes sense. When sellers couldn't explain how a concept performed, how demand was sustained, or how risk was managed, buyers filled in the gaps themselves. That almost always led to more questions, longer timelines, and tougher negotiations.
So preparation today is not just about those clean books, although critical. It's also about showing how the business runs when the owner is not present, how decisions are made, and why results are repeatable. Predictability, believe it or not, is what protects value.
All right, the takeaway for sellers: when buyers understand how the business works, they spend less time worrying about what could go wrong, more time seeing what could grow.
All right. And buyers, here's one of the biggest shifts we're seeing in real deals today. Sellers are paying close attention to how prepared and controlled you appear once the process begins.
According to the data shared in our blog, buyers who move with structure consistently outperform buyers who rely on urgency alone.
That means knowing your financing path, your partners, and decision making, all that before submitting an offer.
Prepared buyers reduce seller anxiety, they communicate clearly, respond with context, and keep momentum without creating pressure.
We also saw that even buyers who were just staying in constant communication, they maintain leverage throughout that due diligence. Even those short updates reinforce confidence.
Yeah, when the buyers leave too many decisions open or they go silent, sellers can interpret that as risk, even if the offer looks strong on paper.
So the takeaway for buyers, super simple. Winning buyers do more than qualify financially. They demonstrate readiness, stability, and follow-through from offer to close.
In today's market, buyers who close are the ones who make the process feel controlled, predictable, and easy to hand off. And again, don't forget, for deeper insight into what's actually working in today's market, the truth about selling a restaurant in 2025.
I love that headline.
That's right. Who wrote that?
I'm not sure.
What we sell restaurants learned from hundreds of deals, part 3.
Part 2 or part 1. There's 3.
That's right. At blog.wesellrestaurants.com.
All right, this week we also want to share something super meaningful because we're not just announcing a sold restaurant. We're sharing the story behind a sale that involved family legacy, perseverance, and honoring more than a decade of hard work with a successful transition.
Yeah, please continue. This is a good friend of ours.
Okay, Eric Pierce French and his late wife Lynn built 2 Smoothie King franchise locations in Dayton and Beaver Creek, Ohio over more than a decade. With their son Rob running day-to-day operations, these were thriving and super important community-focused businesses with loyal customers and strong performance.
After Lynn's passing, Eric faced an emotional and practical crossroads. He was ready to step into the next chapter of his life, but selling multi-unit companies, especially franchises, can be incredibly complex. He quickly realized it was more than just finding a buyer. It involved handling franchise corporate requirements, legal documentation, even navigating an international buyer situation.
That's why Eric chose to work with certified restaurant broker Zoltan Lucas at We Sell Restaurants. He walked him through every step, filtering out unserious offers, coordinating weekly meetings with Smoothie King Corporate, the buyer, seller, managing each layer of the transaction to honor what Eric and Lynn had built.
And the process was longer than typical, more than 8 months, but it closed successfully. The buyer acquired 2 turnkey operations with trained staff, loyal customer bases, and proven profitability. And most importantly, the legacy of Eric and Lynn's hard work was preserved.
Okay, so we get a lot of questions about transactions like these. Here are some of the frequently asked questions. 1, how long does it take to sell a franchise restaurant?
Right.
Well, many franchise sales fall in that 6 to 7 month range because you have to finish training, qualify with the franchise, do a number of things. But complex multi-unit transactions like this one with international buyers or extensive corporate approvals can extend even to the 8-month mark. Having an experienced broker helps you navigate these timelines.
A lot of moving parts there. Here's another one. Should I sell my restaurant myself or should I hire a broker? Well, in Eric's case, handling the sale independently would have been incredibly risky. Professional representation helped filter out any scammers, set a fair price, manage legal requirements, and keep the deal moving. Most owners find this experience essential to protect the value.
Love that. So what about the biggest challenges in selling a franchise? Well, goodness, we have franchise approvals, transfer fees, coordinating between the seller, the buyer, the franchisor, legal teams, the bank in many cases. When buyers need specific financing or are not U.S. citizens, as occurred in this case, you've got this additional complexity that comes through.
Sure does. Okay, what makes restaurant turnkey and valuable? Turnkey businesses come with operational systems, trained staff, vendor relationships, and strong financial performance. Those elements help to attract a qualified buyer willing to pay for immediate revenue potential.
So overall, this week's story reminds us selling a restaurant is so much more than a transaction. It can be a meaningful transition that honors years of dedication, community impact, and family legacy. You can read the full story and the lessons learned in an article we wrote, Successfully Navigating a Complex Multi-Unit Franchise Sale at blog.wesellrestaurants.com.
Way to go, Zoltan. Young
Yes.
man, lots of wisdom, though.
Yes.
All right, we have some hot new listings we want to talk about. New opportunities heating up, and this week's hot new listings, 2 fresh franchise options for buyers who are ready to take action. These listings deliver clear concepts, defined entry points, and momentum you can move into quickly.
I love this. I just did a speaking engagement last night with a group of young men and women who are looking at buying or building a franchise. And what I shared with them is just exactly what we're talking about here. What sets these opportunities apart is speed and simplicity. They're defined. The markets are proven. The groundwork, it's already in place. Buyers looking to enter a franchise system with clarity and control, listings like these, resales, offer strong starting points.
Yeah, you were like rubbing elbows with movie stars. Our first new listing is listing 34102. It's in Kansas, and it's represented by Tony Maselli. This dessert franchise opportunity includes 2 locations listed at $639,000. The business operates with a recognized sweet treat franchise system offering brand awareness, established processes, and multi-unit ownership from day one. 2 locations are included. This opportunity provides built-in scale and diversification, well suited for an owner-operator or an investor seeking a franchise platform with growth potential, strong customer appeal, and a concept designed for repeat visits and efficient operations.
You had me at sweet treat.
Sweet treats.
Yes. Next up, it's listing 34198 in Rhode Island, represented by Damian Santero. He's a rock star.
Yep.
This is the franchise rights opportunity for a protein shake concept. It's only $25,000. Talk about a great affordable entry point into a fast-growing health-focused category. It aligns with current consumer demand for wellness, has options and flexibility for buyers looking to expand or launch within a franchise system. Super low upfront costs, strong category momentum. It's ideal for buyers seeking a scalable concept with room to grow in a developing market.
Sounds good. If either of these hot new listings caught your attention, type the listing number in the comments or visit our webpage to request a complete package. Our certified restaurant brokers are ready to walk you through the opportunity, share financials where available, and help you determine the right next step.
Okay, so Rob, you know this. We talk about it every day. Our core values are reflected in how we guide people through moments that matter. Selling or buying a restaurant, it's rarely simple, and our role is to bring clarity, consistency, and calm to the process.
All right, and today we're sharing feedback from 2 very different experiences. One seller, one buyer, but the message is the same. When the experience meets responsiveness, the results follows. Robin, why don't we start in Northeast Georgia?
Go for it.
All right. Greg Cavender shared his experience selling a classic 50s style diner with Robert Klaus at We Sell Restaurants, Northeast Georgia. And Greg shared, Robert Klaus sold our Georgia 50s diner in less than 3 months for full price.
Woo!
Yeah, well done. Walked us through the entire process and transitioned to the new buyers. He helped determine the value, handled all the advertising, created and executed the contract, and guided us through closing. No hiccups, always responsive, and achieved results.
Wow, that feedback, it speaks to preparation and follow-through. Clear pricing, strong marketing, steady guidance allowed the seller to move forward confidently and without unnecessary stress.
All right. Next, we have a buyer perspective on this. Vagiv Aliev shared his experience purchasing a business with Sam through We Sell Restaurants Corporate, and he said, I had an amazing, straightforward, and honest experience. They helped me with every single detail, and I will definitely be coming back for more opportunities.
I love it. That kind of feedback, it really highlights what buyers value most. Transparency, clear communication, support at every step, especially when stepping into ownership for the first time.
Whether it's a seller trusting us to protect what they built or a buyer relying on us to guide a major investment, these stories reflect what We Sell Restaurants stands for.
Professionalism, responsiveness, and genuine care for the people behind every deal.
And we're so grateful to clients who trust us during these important transitions, and proud of the brokers and the teams who consistently deliver experiences worth sharing.
All right, and speaking of experiences worth sharing, let's talk about the We Sell Restaurants franchise.
Why not?
Share that story. You know, every restaurant market has a moment where decisions stall. An owner is unsure what to do next. The buyer is ready, but a little hesitant. A lender or landlord needs clarity. That moment needs a steady hand.
We Sell Restaurants. The franchise exists to own that moment. Our franchisees become the person in the market who we turn to when the decision matters most.
And it's not about convincing people to sell or buy. It's about helping them move forward with confidence. When decisions are clear, those deals just happen naturally.
What makes this opportunity different is that you're not building a business around transactions. You're building one around judgment and timing and trust.
And the We Sell Restaurants system supports that role. From valuation tools to deal structure guidance to ongoing coaching, franchisees, we equip them, Rob, every day to handle complex conversations without guesswork.
And over time, something powerful happens. You're no longer introduced, you're referenced. People mention your name before you walk into the room.
That business grows because the role matters in every type of economy. Restaurants always change hands when times are booming and when they're not. Someone has to guide that transition.
And for professionals who want businesses built on influence instead of hustle and relevance instead of trends, the We Sell Restaurants franchise opportunity offers a different kind of path.
All right, so let's shift gears. We're talking about franchises, but now we're going to talk about franchise brands and what resales represent to their marketplace. A resale, it's one of the few moments where the brand promise it's tested publicly, often under pressure.
Yeah. When a unit changes hands, everyone's watching. Operators, lenders, candidates, even existing franchisees notice how the brand responds and how much support shows up during that transition.
We are seeing brands for that reason and many others place greater emphasis on risk reduction during resales. That means ensuring the incoming buyer understands not just the operations, but the expectations that come with the brand.
And a well-guided resale reduces disruption, staff turnover stays lower, guest experience remains consistent, and the unit keeps performing instead of needing a whole reset.
And resales reveal where a system is strong and where it needs reinforcement. Training gaps, documentation issues, operational bottlenecks, they can surface and be repaired during these ownership transitions.
So brands that pay attention to those signals use resales as feedback loops. They strengthen onboarding, improve support, and refine standards all across the network.
So the takeaway for franchise brands is this. A resale is not just about approving a buyer. It's about reinforcing what the brand stands for in real time.
Brands that treat resales as moments of stewardship, not transactions, protect unit economics, franchisee confidence, and long-term brand credibility.
All right. That was a lot to get through this week.
Yeah.
But we're wrapping it up. Those were the top sales, listings, and franchise opportunities. So remember, if you're buying, selling, or exploring a career in restaurant brokerage, we'd love to help.
Great deals move quickly. Click the link in the comments or visit WeSellRestaurants.com to learn more.
If you enjoyed today's show, hit that thumbs up, share it with someone interested in restaurant ownership.
And follow our page so you never miss a new listing. We'll be back next Friday with more updates.
Have a great weekend, and remember, our name says it all.
We Sell Restaurants.